My sisters, the season of Lent is a season of renewal, reconciliation with God, reconciliation with one another, reconciliation with the whole universe. Our God is the one who created us, who is taking care of us every day. Our God is the God of liberation. Our God is the God to whom we belong. We heard in the responsorial psalm, again, I am the Lord your God. Listen, my people, to my warning. During the season of Lent, we are repeatedly given so many warnings. I am your God, you are my people, listen to my teaching. Listen to what I am telling you. The summary of our own spirituality, whatever be the congregation, is nothing but love of God, love of neighbor. And today's readings once again emphasize this point. In the first reading, the Lord is addressing the people through the prophet Hosea, telling them, do not trust in Assyria, their horses. Sometimes we may be relying on powerful people. They cannot give us lasting joy and security. That is the meaning when the people were told, don't put your trust in Assyria, trust me. St. Paul said, I know whom I have believed. I know in whom I have put my trust. So I am not afraid. God is greater than all the so-called powerful people of this world. Do not put your trust in Assyria. Any human being, look at them, learn from the good qualities of each and every one of them, but then do not put your trust in Assyria and its horses. And then we heard also in today's first reading, Assyria cannot save us. We will not ride upon horses, and we will say no more, our God in the work of our hands. Sometimes we have lot of trust in the work of our hands. You have a lot of artistic talents during decorations and all, we see it manifested. But these talents also will not last long. More than this, what the Lord is wanting to tell, sometimes we put our trust in our ability, in material things, in our talents. Suppose some of you are getting good marks, don't think you will be saved. You will not be saved because you are getting good marks. The Lord has given you some talents, all right. That is important that you study well. But more than that, trust in the Lord. That is, a thing is a thing. A talent is a talent. That's all. Give each of these things what is due to them. Do not be puffed up by what you do, or the marks you get, or what you accomplish, the buildings you put up, whatever it is. Do not have your trust in your so-called material talents or human talents or intelligence. That is the meaning of these words. The people are thinking, the work of our hands are our God. They forgot the God of deliverance. They forgot the God of creation. The work of our hands is our God. That was really stupid of them to say that. So the prophet is warning the people, never say, never put your trust in all this. So now we are again called to give primacy to God, fully, totally. That's why today's gospel reading tells us, with all your heart, with all your strength, with all your soul you have to love, not half-hearted love, as we read in the book of Revelation. Neither hot nor cold, tepid, lukewarm, I will spew you out of my mouth. The church of Laodicea was told like this. The church of Ephesus was told, you do not have your first love. Beginning you were so fond of God, but now you have completely changed. Return to your first love. When you joined the novitiate, or before that, or postulancy, that time you were so holy. In course of time, as you come, instead of advancing in holiness, maybe we become more and more lethargic and half-hearted surrender, not giving ourselves totally. Not for nothing these words are repeated, not only by Jesus, but also by that young man. Again and again, twice it is repeated. with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. Jesus said that is the first commandment. All your heart? No. Half of the heart is in somewhere else. All your strength, very little giving to the Lord. This is what we are asked of. Lord, I am going to give. I don't know how many years of life you are going to give me, but I want to give myself totally. The glory of God is nothing but a man and woman fully alive and active. St. Irenaeus. What is the glory of God? When we give ourselves totally, not trying to do the minimum possible with regard to the Lord, with all your heart. And then something revolutionary, radical that Jesus said is, love your neighbor as yourself. This is something very, very new. Many people say that they love God, but in their relationship with others, they are terrible. They are a terror to their companions. Spending time in prayer makes us more compassionate, more humble, more relational, more concerned for others. That's why Jesus said, love your neighbor as yourself. Equating the commandment to love the Lord with equating the commandment to love one another. Basically the 10 commandments. The 10 commandments, sometimes we say no, the first 3 commandments are love of God, and then the rest of the 7 commandments are love of neighbor. But Rui Meneses, who recently passed away, the Jesuit priest or professor, he said, even the first 3 commandments are love of neighbor only. Why? He says, the first commandment, thou shalt not have any other God. That means they were indulging in idolatry, indulging in prostitution, indirectly to protect the women's dignity. Also first commandment was given. It is also a commandment of fraternal charity. The second commandment, do not make use of the name of the Lord in vain. That is also making use of God's name. You bear false witness and then put to death somebody. That is also fraternal commandment only. Then observe the day of the Lord holy. You have to give rest to your servants also. So that is also a social understanding. So even the first 3 commandments are also like the fraternal commandments. The traditional distinction need not be true also. God wants us also that we take care of His other sons and daughters. My God, my Jesus, my Jesus. Jesus has other brothers. God has other daughters. If your relationship is not good with them, what is the use of praying? Morning prayer, evening prayer, all other prayers, recollection. Also, the Lord wants us to love others as we love ourselves, as a manifestation of our love for God. So this Lenten season, my dear sisters, once again the Lord is asking us to really give Him the first place and then trust Him above all else, not trusting human beings. As the psalmist says, put no trust in princes, in mortal men in whom there is no help. Take their breath, they return to clay, and their plans that day come to nothing. So do not trust them more than God, and then manifest our love for God by loving one another as we love ourselves, as a manifestation of our love